The warmest of welcomes to you. We await the conclusion of the pre-game formalities. Well, this guy's being talked about plenty right now, Jim. Just how good is he?
I think he's very good, and based on potential, he can go a considerable way towards the top. His development to this point has been almost perfect, and he can make a big pond look a lot smaller.
And now the lineups for the game. So it's away we go then. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I would say the ever-so-solid Phil Jagielka.
He scored! The ideal start! He was urged to shoot, and he duly delivered.
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the pass to pick him out.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Yeah, this is also a chance to see what happens to their level of concentration from here.
Juanfran looking up to see who wants it. Pumps it forwards. Passes it through. Away from immediate danger. And he's on his way! Bakuna! And he's there to make a great save.
Oh, much more than a routine save for me, and yet he just coped with room to spare.
That's gone a long way up and away. Ball's gone out of play. Juanfran. Westwood tries the route one option. And it's Ruiz. Now the pass. And he's there to hoof it away. Westwood knocks it towards the front. Brian Ruiz. That's not going to make it. Ball's loose, who's getting there? Looks like a good ball through. Ruiz with the cross. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Gets it upfield. Maori tries a long pass towards the front. thrust towards the front line. Tries a through ball. Leandro Bacuna. He's had a shot, and the ball's come out. Goal! And with that goal comes comfort. Czech reacted well to the initial effort, but couldn't get it right out of the danger area.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
First 45 minutes are up. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Second half gets underway.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial. Well, when the keeper lost control of that, usually a striker would react first, so that defender deserves praise.
Now it's closer. He's got the ball glued to his feet. Cut out in the nick of time. Danger averted for now. Boots it upfield. Has a swing at it! It's in! That has brought the house down. What a wonderful hit.
Oh, the contact was fantastic. Right on the bootlaces and it packed a lot of venom for what was a really potent strike.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, I think they probably needed an early goal in this half just to give them the confidence and belief to push on and look for an equaliser.
Leandro Bacuna battles to win it back. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Clears it out of harm's way.
Well, he rushed into that and didn't give anyone a chance to get on the end of it.
Sané hurtling down that right flank. Chester tries to get it forward quickly, and it's Mauri. Decent clearance now, can anyone get on the end of it? Big chance! It's a loose ball. Now here's the through ball. Fisted away.
Closer is an obvious threat from set pieces. He needs special attention to stop him making a run.
Gets up to head it! Out towards the flank. Played into the middle.
Well, there's no point in adopting a conservative attitude now. As long as they don't lose their shape completely, they have to throw men forward in this situation.
Looks to slip it through. It's a promising ball. Defence has got rid of that. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Maori. Now it's closer. Sané. Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Well, when he struck that, he must have thought it was going in. Such are the margins of success and failure in this game. That was so close.
Bakuna. Sané tries a through ball. We've got a goal! They have stolen level at the last! Given such an open invitation, he was always going to shoot.
Closer is the obvious danger man here, and yet he was afforded way too much freedom. I think he was gifted that goal. His reputation should have been warning enough for them.
The final whistle. A very good game of football. No winner, but both sets of fans have got their money's worth. Fine entertainment, and it ends all square. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Look, a draw shows a level of industry from both sides here. On that alone, I think it's been quite an interesting encounter, actually.
So before we go, many thanks to Jim Beglin for his input, and from us both, good afternoon. So a warm welcome to you all. We will be underway very shortly, once all the pleasantries are complete. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
I would say the ever-so-solid Phil Jagielka, a Lionheart type of defender and a player who appears to love heading, blocking and tackling. About as honest and committed as you'll find in the game.
Okay, interesting. Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing. In for a header! He's delivered all right!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was touch.
Yeah, I just thought he wanted that more than anyone else on the pitch, and it was fully deserved. He gave it everything he had.
Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Still a fragile lead though, they can't afford to sit on this.
Evra. Neymar. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Juanfran collects the ball from behind. No, that's not going to find its target. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. Jose Font. And it's Evra, who scored inside the first 10 minutes to make it 1-0. Bale with the ball through. Tries to get it forward quickly. Oh, that's clearly not what he wanted to do. Mauri. Sané is demonstrably the team's best dribbler. Sané needed to come up with a better ball.
Well, he simply failed to just put a little more oomph behind that.
Battles to win it back. Bale has been caught there, it's a foul. Oh, lots on that one, but he couldn't find the target.
Well, technically that was a beautifully struck shot from so far out, and I just thought he was a little unlucky then.
Passes it through. Good clearance and very necessary. Thrust towards the front line. There's the end of the first half.
I'm sure they'll be very happy with their first half performance and the scoreline. They'll definitely want to maintain their momentum now and finish the job.
Leading a cagey game here. It's had its moments, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Well, 1-0 may be good enough, so they may err on the side of caution and get more players behind the ball instead of running beyond it. They could even try to spoil it from here, we'll see.
Aimed long and direct. Pumps it upfield. Tries a through ball. Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
Yeah, and that was all about the through ball. Great control, and the weight was perfect. Well, there's a lot of movement out wide now.
Yeah, you can certainly see that.
Well, I think it's a...
It's in! 2 up and threatening to pull clear. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, you know, sometimes it pays off not to think too much about things, just put your foot through it, and that was a good example. Great contact, and the keeper had very little chance.
Checks on the touchline, a change about to occur.
That second goal has such a polarising effect on prospective moods. I mean, one team are under more pressure now to get the next goal, and the other will fancy their chances of turning 2 into 3.
It's coming on the right now. What's on? Looks like a good ball through. They've managed to get it away. There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. Aimed in towards the centre. More and more and more and more! They are running riot! Surely now, beyond all doubt. A lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
Well, as contact goes, that was tremendous, and it helped him to direct it exactly where he wanted into that net. I think when it comes to the aerial department, this fella is definitely no slouch.
Three without reply. This is becoming a stroll. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
This defence just doesn't trust itself to play a higher line.
Frightened of people getting in behind.
Yeah, absolutely. It just opens up the opportunity of not only strikers getting behind, but the runners from midfield too.
Who's going to make this theirs?
Steve Davis.
Plays it out to the wing. And he's cut it out. Gunnarsson gets good distance on it. Out to the left it goes. He's in! Hits one! I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
I'm not sure about that call, you know, but we get to see replays. Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
Long. Steve Davis. Now the pass. He's gone for it! He's tried one! It's there! What about that, Jim Beglin?
Yeah, and I think we may have had too many defenders ball watching then, because they just lost sight of the real danger.
When the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
That's how you make an impact as a sub. You know, when most are tiring, you can impose a freshness and energy to best effect. What an introduction.
So is this the start of a comeback? Ward-Prowse does well to read it and intercepts. Jay Rodriguez. And the referee brings it to a close. A decent win via a very competent performance. Without doubt they were the better side, and the result reflects as much. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
I think when we look back at that, the early goal proved so decisive. I think scoring when they did just gave them that element of control and confidence, and that proved key.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. Hello and welcome to all of our viewers from around the world. We have quite a game in prospect here, just waiting for the players to emerge, and we will be underway. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Begley.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
There's the whistle, and here we go. A win. That is what's needed here in order for the champions-elect to become the champions. Is this to be the day when the wait finally ends? This is promising. Oh, glorious footwork! And the finish! Saved only by poor finishing. Suarez. Punch. And it's Suarez. Suarez going full steam ahead down the left flank. There will be a throw-in. He's had a shot! He's scored! Czech reacted well to the initial effort, but couldn't get it right out of the danger area.
Look, that's one of the first things you learn, whether you're a striker or not. Just anticipate a goalkeeping parry or spillage, and sometimes you'll get lucky, it'll come your way.